Most of what you're paying for is water, perfume, and a pretty label. The part that actually cleans your clothes costs about 3 cents a load to make yourself. So here's exactly what you'll walk away with in the next 10 minutes. I'm going to mix up a year's worth of laundry soap right here at this table. You can do it alongside me. 3 simple things, about 5 minutes of work. I'll show you the version your great-grandmother actually used in these mountains. And I'll tell you the one honest truth that nearly every video about this gets dead wrong, the mistake that's quietly ruining people's clothes and even their washing machines. Get that part right, and you'll never buy detergent again. Come set a spell, Granny's got something to show you. First, let's understand why store detergent is such a swindle. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Pour out a cap of the liquid kind, and what have you got? Mostly water. You're paying to ship water across the country in a plastic jug, then paying again for the jug, the dye, and a fragrance so strong it has to survive a whole wash and still cling to your shirt. Strip all that away, and real cleaning comes down to just a couple of humble minerals, the same ones the mountain folks used long before any of those jugs existed. So let me show you those minerals, because there's only 3 things on this table, and you already know 2 of them. The first is washing soda. Now don't you confuse this with baking soda, they are cousins, not twins. Washing soda is the stronger one. It's what cuts the grease and the grime and softens your water so the cleaning works. And here's a thrifty secret. If you can't find washing soda, you can make it from a box of plain baking soda. Spread the baking soda on a pan and bake it in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about an hour, and the heat changes it right into washing soda. A $2 box of baking soda becomes your cleaner. The old folks would have loved that trick. The second thing is borax, that humble mineral your grandmother kept for 100 uses. It boosts the cleaning, fights stains, and keeps things smelling fresh. Those 2 minerals are the heart of the whole recipe. But there's a third thing most recipes add, and it's exactly where almost everybody goes wrong. Let me explain before you put a single flake of it in. The third thing folks add is grated bar soap. And here is the honest truth I promised you, the one the other videos won't say plainly. Soap is not detergent. They are different things. And real soap, especially in hard water, which most of us have, can slowly leave a waxy buildup in the fibers of your clothes and in the workings of your machine. Over months, that buildup can turn your whites dingy, make your towels feel stiff, and in a front-loading machine it can even gum up the works. Folks have ruined good washers this way without ever knowing why. So here's Granny's honest verdict, and it's the most useful thing in this whole video. If you want the simplest, cleanest, most foolproof recipe, the one that won't ever build up, you skip the bar soap entirely. Just equal parts washing soda and borax. That's it. 2 minerals, no soap, no buildup, clean clothes. For most folks, that's the recipe I'd send you home with. Now, if you do want a little soap in it for a touch more grease cutting on farm clothes and work clothes, you absolutely can, and the old mountain way did. The trick is 2 things. Use only a little, and add a cup of plain white vinegar to your rinse to wash the soap residue away so it never builds up. Soap's fine when you respect it. It's only trouble when you don't. So now you know more than the folks selling you the fancy recipe. Let's mix it. Here's the simple batch. Right at the table, take a big container and pour in equal parts, say 4 cups of washing soda and 4 cups of borax. If you're adding the soap, grate 1 bar fine, about a cup, and stir it in. Mix it all together well with a spoon and wear gloves while you do, because these minerals are drying on bare hands. That's the whole of it. You just made laundry soap. And here's where the lasts a year comes true, so you see this isn't a tall tale. You only use a tablespoon or 2 of this powder per load, not a big sloppy capful like the store wants you to pour. A batch like this, made up a few times across the year from a couple of cheap boxes, genuinely washes a household's clothes for a year, for a few dollars total. The store wants you using too much, so you buy more, use the right small amount, and a little lasts and lasts. Now let me give you the careful word, the granny safe verdict, because honest means the cautions too. These minerals are gentle to the earth and your septic, but they're drying and a touch caustic to bare skin. So wear gloves mixing and keep the powder up away from the little ones, and the animal's borax especially is not for tasting. If you've got a high-efficiency machine, this works fine because it makes very few suds, which is just what those machines want, but always peek at your machine's book to be sure. And remember that vinegar rinse if you used any soap. Mind those, and this is about as safe and gentle as laundry gets. Now, a couple of old mountain finishing touches, because clean is only half of it. For whites that have gone dull, the oldest trick there is costs nothing at all: hang them in the sun. The sunlight itself bleaches and freshens them brighter than any chemical, free for the taking. And if you miss a scent, don't pour expensive oils in the wash where they just rinse away. Put a few drops of essential oil on a wool dryer ball instead, and it'll scent the whole load in the dryer for pennies. So here's where I'll leave you, friend. That whole wall of jugs at the store, all those brands and colors and promises it's mostly water and perfume sold back to you at a markup your great-grandmother would have laughed at. She cleaned her family's clothes with 2 cheap minerals and a line in the sun, and they came out just as clean. The knowledge never left, it just got drowned out by advertising. You can keep hauling those heavy jugs home, or you can mix a year's worth in 5 minutes and be done. The choice, as always, is yours. If this saved you a trip down that detergent aisle, subscribe and pull up a chair. There's a new old way here every week. Take care of the little things now. They're the ones taking care of us.